bad couple.
Are they talking about us? Shh. Wait. Are they talking about us? I think I heard Past the Wire. Past the Wire TV. They are talking about us. Often imitated, never duplicated. We are everywhere.
Seriously? If you're betting horses and not watching these shows, you gotta be freaking crazy. Capiche?
You're watching Past the Wire TV.
Knowledge. It isn't free. You gotta pay attention.
And ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the winner's circle for a very special presentation. Representatives from Handicapping for Horses, along with professional handicapper Jonathan Stenton, are proud to support the work of the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance and Old Friends. Accepting the check for the inaugural Handicapping for Horses event this past summer at Saratoga are representatives from the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance and Old Friends. Gulfstream Park welcomes Michael Blowen, Jonathan Stenton, Kelly Scobie, Jim Rhodes here this afternoon. Since 2012, the TAA has awarded more than $17.2 million to accredited organizations. Handicapping for Horses looks to make their Saratoga Springs event larger and raise money for Thoroughbreds Aftercare year after year. Once again, thank you to Handicapping for Horses, Jonathan Stenton, and welcome to Old Friends and our friends at the TAA. The Rainbow Six and race number 5 up next.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup. The best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
Dynasty in motion, reshaping the sport's greatest tradition, channeling the legends of his line and surpassing them. 4 of the last 6 Derby winners carry his genes. A Golden Son, a Horse of the Year. Another chapter written beneath those iconic spires. Derby dreams fulfilled for the titans of our industry. From authentic to sovereignty, a legacy both real and supreme. Into mischief.
Well, hello everyone. I'm back from vacation. Went to Cali, California, see my grandkids and everything, and I'm back. So we'll go back to 2 weeks ago at the Jim Dandy. I took a shot with my pick 5, left Sovereignty out. I said if there was going to be a race that anyone could beat him, that would be the race. And by A's, that's who I had. As you well know, the end result there, I hit 4 out of 5 on that pick 5. So I went for it. That's all I can say. Like I said to you when I was doing the show, I don't want to talk y'all Sovereignty if you really liked it, but if you followed the rest of my picks, or if you took all my picks for that through that whole day, I did very well. I've been very hot at Saratoga. Even when I was on vacation, I played a little bit when no one was looking. Took a couple of races here and there and hit some races, really nice ones. So here I am back, and we got this weekend. We got some choices. We go to Saratoga where I'm hot, or should I try something new? Well, I'm going to try something new. We're going to hit the Arlington Million. They got some really nice races there. I like the card overall. I think you could get some prices on and off throughout the whole day. Like I said, I like the whole card. So if you want the whole card, shoot me an email right here, Charles at Past the Wire. If you have any questions about anything, about owning racehorses, claiming racehorses, and that's another thing I've been pretty hot at, looking at claims, and people are claiming, and they're claiming, some hot trainers are claiming, and these horses are coming back and winning. So shoot me an email. Remember, we have just a few places left for the Racing Syndicate and pin hooking. Shoot me an email, and then I'll get you all the information that you need. We're going to start having some fun at the tracks and doing it. And so I want to thank Racelens for all the tools that we have here today. And remember, hit that subscribe button down below, and hit that alert button, the little bell, and you will get all the shows, especially mine, of course. And then you also would get Jim's, John's, and Gio's, all their shows that we do put together here for you guys. So without saying any much more, let's dive into this card at Colonial Downs, which is the Arlington Million Day. And I used to really love this race a lot, of course, when it was at Arlington Park. But, oops, that's the way it goes. All right, here we go. We're going to start with the Arlington Million. We're going to do two races, the 11th and the 12th. So let's start with the number one horse, Mystic Dan. Okay, we all know his story. Did great in the Derby. Look, we'll go back to the Derby. He won the Derby. He finished second in the Preakness. Didn't do so hot in the Belmont. Probably was getting a little tired. Who knows what the really case is. Threw in 3 clunkers in a row. I don't know what the story was there. And then, boom, he wakes up again in May. Sounds like May is probably his month ago, right? So we're now in August, so I don't know, right? But anyway, they started him off in May, barely lost the race. Hernandez was not aboard. His favorite rider is not aboard. So in the blame, Hernandez jumps back aboard. He goes back to his winning ways. Then the last time out, the Stephen Foster, come on. He was running against some super tough horses in there. Finished very well. Only got beat by 2.5 lengths. Mindframe and Sierra Leone, First Mission, were ahead of him. So now we're doing something different. We're going to the turf. Kenny McPeak's been working him on turf the last couple of times. So there's always that question mark. First time on turf, will they like it? Will they take to it? Do they love it? Do they hate it? I'm going to believe in Kenneth McPeak. I'm going to believe in him and his eyes. He knows what this horse will like and not like. His first probably workout on the turf, he'll know right there and then if he likes it or not. If he gets too choppy or not, or is he cutting daisies, as they call it. That means a nice even flow with his feet. So if he's going on in a big race like this, the Arlington Million, turf, the distance is not the question. It's just, can he handle the turf? So if he handles the turf, probably he's the horse to beat. Okay, let's just first go there. But he's got to handle the turf. So he's going to be very tough to beat. It's questionable about the turf. Definitely a major player in this race. So don't overlook him. The 2, Time Song. It's probably the speed of the race. It's going to be out there out in front. Does like the turf on this. And we'll be out there winging it big time. Luis Saez is aboard. Look at that price. A big, juicy price of 30-1. Gotta like that. If you like this horse, then you definitely want to at least put a couple of dollars across the board. But I think this horse is over his head. Personally, I think he's got a lot of work to do to even beat these type of horses. He's got a jockey switch, which I do like on this one with Luis aboard. A speed jockey, strong rider, doesn't get his due. But for me, I'm taking a pass. Vesting, the 3. Must admit, a tough horse to toss out or think that he cannot win or anything like that. This horse is tough. He's more of a pace pressure style of horse. The question is he going to make it there in time? Is he overclassed maybe a little bit? But Mike Maker knows what he's doing. The sad part is Javier Castellano is super ice cold right now. It's sad to see, but you know what? Trainers and jockeys go through it. I'm just hoping Javier could get out of it so he can start putting more food on the table. He's an excellent rider. I see him breaking out of it anytime, but as of right now, he's ice cold. And with that all being said, I think he's over his head a little bit. I'm personally going to take a pass on this horse. This might be the scary one for me to take a pass on, but I am. Third race after a layoff, looking for improvement is the Angle. Yes, I'm looking for an improvement too, but I don't think we're going to get it. Runaway Storm, the number 4. Another horse that's kind of speed style. This horse is interesting, very interesting. Could possibly even rate here. And if this horse could rate just a little bit, this might be a dangerous horse to pick a piece of the pie. Alex, the jock, let's put it this way. Excellent rider. Excellent. A lot of people don't know who he is. He only rides mainly in Kentucky and Indiana because Indiana's right across the border where he runs from, Churchill Downs and, all that stuff. So he's an excellent rider. I can't fault him at all. He's a high win percentage. Look at his ROI on the last 30 plus 226, last 10 plus 706. That should tell you something. He's riding big price horses. And here he is on a big price horse here, 20-1. The key to this horse, he's going to have to rate this horse. If he could rate this horse could pick a piece of the pie. I don't know about for the win. I won't be super shocked, but I think there's 2 other horses for sure that could beat him. But this horse might pick a piece of the pie. Throw him in your exactas, your exotics, everything there. Even the trainer in the last 30 days is a plus 121 ROI. So look out. I think this is the scary horse, the long shot of the day in this race. Definitely throw him in some exotics. Hot trainer last 30 days. Horse ships into the track, wins at multiple circuits. A lot of positive things here for this horse. Is he going to make the class? I don't know. It's a big class jump for this horse, but he ran a grade 3 at Keeneland, did well. He won by a neck. So I think he can handle the class overall. Just he's going to have to rate. That's it. If he rates, very, very dangerous. 5 Cairo. Interesting horse coming from the England way, Ascot and everything. Horse looks good when he runs, of course, across the way, across the pond, as they say. But there's not much more to go off of this horse. This one, especially with Ben Curtis, excellent rider, especially on turf. But he is an excellent rider overall. He just doesn't get, once again, not too many people know about him. He rides here mainly in Kentucky, Indiana, mainly. Okay. So this horse is bred for this quality road out of a Galileo mare. It screams this distance, everything. So I think this horse has got a shot, but more on the bottom side of the exotics. That's how I see it. The 6, Fort Washington, definitely a nice horse. Horse comes from behind. The question is, how far behind is he going to be? If he's more than 4.5 lengths, he might not get there in time. He's got great bloodlines for this. A war front out of a Turtle Bull mare. This horse screams turf and everything, closing. He could close like a bomb, but he has to be within 4.5 lengths. I just don't know if he's going to be that close. So I'm personally going to take a pass. If you're going to play this horse, I would definitely do it on the bottom side of Exotics. Grand Sonata, the number 7. Kind of a pace type of horse. Doesn't have super early speed, so I don't see this horse out in front. Tyler Gaffalione, since he's been back from his injury, has been on fire. Okay? So there's a big plus. Of course, you got Pletcher, another huge plus, of course. Can this horse win? Maybe, but I personally think I'm going to take a pass. I think there's a couple other horses in here that are much better. And then the 8, Integration. Look, this horse is probably really the horse to beat. Quality Road out of a Scat Daddy mare. Horse just missed last time out on the turf at Saratoga. Probably at the top of his game. Look, this is the horse to beat. This horse will sit close enough. He doesn't sit. He'll sit probably within 2 lengths of the winner. I mean, the leader, I should say. Maybe 3. It's really, what is Majestic Dan going to do? How close is he going to sit? How he's going to take to the turf? I think those are the top 2 horses in this race, the 1 and the 8. I think this horse has got an excellent shot of winning. You got to make sure you put this on your tickets one way or another. So that's how I see that. All right, then. Let's go to see how Raceland sees this starting up. And here we go. Okay. All right. So they see the 3, 2, 7, basically those 3 horses out in front. I see the 3 out in front. I think the 2 is going to have to really push the 3 a little bit. I think the 1 is going to have to sit closer than 4th or 5th. I think the 1's going to have to sit Mystic Dan. It's going to have to sit 3rd or very close 4th to do anything. On the back side, they see him really bunching up big time on the 3, 7, 6, and 2. I kind of see it that way. Those are all kind of your speed pressure type horses, but I think the 1's got to be right there in the thick of things with them. At the end, they see the 8 winning at 57% of the chance, 3 at 10, 6 at 10, the 7 at 7, and the 2 at 4. They don't even see the 1 doing anything because, A, he's never ran on turf, and I know that's why they did it. So I really think I'm going to go with McPete. He puts this horse in here. He's had this horse on workouts on the turf a couple of times, so he definitely knows if he can handle the turf or not. So I'm going 1, 8, 4, 5 myself. Here are your true odds. They're saying the 3 should be 8 to 1. He's 12 to 1. It's probably going to get about 8 to 1. I think that's what. And the 8 should be 1 to 2, and it's 8 to 5. The 8's going to be the favorite, okay? But the 1's going to be the second favorite. Now the question is, how much of a second favorite back? I'll take 9 to 2 all day long, personally, but it's probably going to be, more like 5 to 2. So we'll see on that. But that's how I see that race, and we'll see how that all comes out. Okay, so we're going to head on to the last race. I just figured to do the last 2 races on this card. One of the races is so wide open. You'll see what I'm doing there. So in the last race, the 12th race, we're going to check that race out. And remember, once again, shoot me an email if you have any questions on anything. Racing syndication, if you're interested, now's the time, because once we say that we're done, we're done. Just at least if you want to inquire about it, just inquire about it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go and hit that last race at Colonial Downs. And it's going to be race number 12. Here we go. It's allowance race, going a mile 16 on third. The one kind of really threw in a clunker. I scratched my head looking at that and ran at Colonial Downs. I don't know if this horse is a fan of Colonial Downs. I just don't know. I can't get a bearings on this. Horse broke its maiden, and Mammoth did really well. Looked good doing it. They switched to Johnny Velasquez. Probably a plus. Second start after a layoff, out of the money, which I didn't like either. That's a very bad negative, is the angle. So for me, this horse is going to have to do something else to wake up. I'm going to take a major pass on this horse. But watch the horse, maybe put in your notes for later on. The 2, last time broke, actually, the last time this horse pretty much ran even all the way around at Saratoga. Ran twice at Saratoga in July. Time before that, he just threw in the towel at the end. Interesting, has not run on the turf. Here's another new turf runner. Early pressure type of horse. Early pressure McPeak again with Hernandez for the first time turf horse. Interesting moves. He probably been aiming for these races with these horses to try them on turf because, Colonial Downs supposedly has a pretty good turf, and he's worked this horse out a couple of times on the turf, as you will see. So for me, it's a head scratcher maybe, but I would have to see some more improvement for this horse to do anything. The 3 outrunner here, this horse last time out on turf looked excellent, was closing pretty good. If you go back and watch that film, he was closing all right, gaining there almost with every stride at the end. Just missed. They're switching to Luis Saez. You usually don't hear me say too much about jockey difference, but this one is a tremendous jockey difference in my opinion. Luis Saez I think, is going to step up this horse big time. You got American Pharaoh out of a Giant Causeway. Mare screams turf, screams this distance, screams everything. This horse will come from behind a little bit. This horse will sit within the catbird seat, about 3 lengths off, probably about 3rd or 4th, right there to make one big pounce when the time counts. Definitely a major, major player. So, the 4 here, this is the next horse. Horse ran pretty even overall last time at Colonial Downs. Looked okay doing it. Sanchez stays aboard. Mark Casey brings him back again from July the 16th. Probably should be here. Probably should have a chance. Definitely has a chance. My question is, can he beat some couple other horses in here? I'm going to say he has a chance. I think he's worth it in the exotics, exactas, and tries. But for the win column, I don't know. I'm going to scratch my head and say no. The 5. The horse last time ran even, stayed right there with them. Time before that, pretty much did the same thing, even though he picked up a place there. Time before that, did it again. So here we are a couple of times in a row, 3 times, 4 times in a row, are running even in these races. Now, they're putting Lasix on this horse back on again. Tyler, the hot jockey, since his injury, is back aboard. Definitely a plus. Grand Motion definitely knows how to get these horses there, especially on turf. Up close last time, dropped back evenly, but you know what? This horse was right there all the way. You watch those last couple races even the last 3 races on film, right there. You're just fighting it. So this horse has got some class, some talent. I think this is a major player, definitely for the win column. You got to look out for the 6. Last time kind of packed it in at the end. That's going 6 furlongs. When they stretch it out, horse doesn't do too much out there. So for me, this horse is going to have to wake up a lot. It's going to have to do a lot of things to even get my attention. So I'm taking a major pass. The 7, Looked good when he was a maiden. When he went and faced allowance horses, got beat up pretty good. Did change barns now, so we're in a different barn, but different area, different everything attitude. We'll see what goes on here. Maybe that might change some things. But for right now, second time Lasix, which I do like that angle, by the way. Second time Lasix is really nice. Might do improvement. This horse needs to improve. If this horse might. So demand odds, which you're going to get 20-1. This horse is going to have speed. It's going to probably be one of the leading horses out there on the front end. I'm going to take a pass, but if you're going to play it, I would play on bottom side of my exotics. The 8 looked pretty decent last time. Closed pretty good. Marchese has this horse also in this race. Another one. This is the second one. Horse has got talent. Could be closing. If he has to sit pretty close, though, he's going to have to sit within 3 to 4 lengths. So is it a player? Yeah, but I'm going to take a pass. If anything, I'd play it on the bottom side of my exotics, but that's how I see it. And then the 9, the last 3-4 races hasn't shown anything since basically its maiden win. Since it's been facing winners, hasn't really done anything to excite me. Pressure type, come from behind, whatever you want to call this type of horse. I don't think he even knows. Turf, maybe switch this horse to dirt and see what he could do. I don't know. To see if you could get a little different action out of him. Maybe put blinkers on him. They haven't put blinkers. But right now, I'm taking a major pass. The 10, interesting horse. This horse has got some early type of speed, pressure type. This might not be your leader, but this horse is going to be pushing whoever is going to be the leader. Vincent is riding this horse. I think he's an excellent rider. When he gets quality horses. One on the synthetic at Turfway. Look, this horse has got some kind of a shot. I don't know if he could win. I'm going to say more on the bottom side of the exotics. That's how I see it. So like I said, I like the 3 and the 5 in this race. 100%. Let's see what Racelands, how they see this race panning out on this race. Okay, they see the 1, 7, and 4 really going out to the front. I can see that. I can really see that. I think the 10's going to be right up there with them. Like they see on the backside, they see the 7, 4, then the 1, 5, 3, 10. I think the 10's going to be closer. I think the 1 is going to be about where they say it's going to be. I think the 1 will settle down in the 3rd spot. And the 5 will probably sit right behind the 1. I think the 10 is going to be right there in front of them or right off the side of them. And at the end of this race, they have the 5 winning at 23%, the 8 at second, 21%, the 1 at 18%, the 3 at 14%, and the 9 at 5%. I have 3, 5, 4, 10. I really like that 3 in this race. Let's see, I think he has a heck of a shot. Now, in this race, they have the 1 is supposed to be 4-1. You're getting 6-1. I think you're going to be right there, probably at close to 5-1, probably. The 8, 7-2, and the morning line's 5-1. Yeah, that's pretty much right on. The 9, 18-1. You're getting 30-1. I think this horse needs to improve more. I think you're going to get more closer to 31 than anything. So that's how I see that. Now let's go in. They don't have a late pick 5. We're going to do a late pick 4. I could have done the all stakes pick 4, but I thought, well, once I say it, this is where I'm going to jinx myself. But I thought the late pick 4 was a little bit easier to tackle. So that's why I'm attacking it. Here we go. Late pick 4. I'm going to take my top 4 horses in the 9th race, which will be the 8, 3, 6, 2. I like the 8, 3. In my pick 4, I'm doing all four horses. So the 8, 3, 6, 2. in that second leg of the pick four, the race 10, it is unbelievable. I literally like 4 horses out of the 6. And even the 5th horse out of the 6, I think could do a possible upset. So hit the all button. Don't leave one horse out. Please don't do it. Learn from my mistake and probably some of yours mistakes too. You leave that one horse off if you're going to get that many horses in a race. Hit the all. Forget it. Try to adjust somewhere else. The 11th race, I'm taking my 4 horses, the 1, 8, 4, 5. That is, Mystic Dan, and of course the favorite, the 8. But those other 2 horses are price horses. So let's say this, okay? The 8 doesn't fire, and Mystic Dan does not like the turf. The 4 or the 5, I think, got a heck of a shot of winning it, especially if the 8 misfires, especially that, okay? Mystic Dan has to prove that he has to like the turf first. So that's why I'm going 4 there deep and a couple more prices. In the last race, I like the 3-5. I'm going 3-5 exact, and I'm doing a win on the 3. I do like the 3 a lot more than the 5, but the 5 is a little bit, got a little bit more price, and it'll be helpful because it does have a shot to win that race. So with that all being said, that's why I'm doing it that way. So I always like to do my pick 5s at a $200 ticket or less. And pick 4s, I like to do it at a $100 ticket or less. This is a $96 ticket because, hey, if all the favorites win, you're looking at probably $150, $200 ticket. But I've some mixes in there that race 9, 10, and even the Arlington Million. I got a couple price horses. So we just hope for price horses in 1 or 2 of those legs, and boom, there we go. We're going to have a nice pick 4 for $96. Why not, right? So anyway, that's what I'm doing, and let's go out there and get some money, and let's go out there and win all of it, especially at the Arlington Million, huh? I do like Saratoga's track too. Gotta love that place. I'm doing well. I'll probably be playing that track also on Saturday. So hit me up if you want to see who I'm playing or whatever too, also on that. But until then, let's go out there and get every bit of that money in the winner's circle.
Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING. Get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Often imitated, never duplicated. If you ain't smooth, you ain't never going to be a smooth operator.
Here comes journalism, here comes sovereignty, and they square off, head into the final furlong. Sovereignty wins the Derby!
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Are they talking about us? Shh. Wait. Are they talking about us? I think I heard Past the Wire. Past the Wire TV. They are talking about us. Often imitated, never duplicated. We are everywhere. Nobody does it better.